Hello, my name is Scott for SP Gaming. We are back here in Prison Architect, and it is Alpha 34, and I'm looking forward to trying it out, trying the new features, and of course, seeing what I can do, some of the thoughts I've had in my head. So I'm just going to jump into this. So we are going to create a new prison, and for this prison, I'm going to start on a medium map, and I'm going to have fog of war, generate forests. Yeah, these are going to be the same. I am going to turn on gangs. I will probably be calling this the Gang War series. See what we can do to play around with gangs and how they work and function. Of course, with Alpha 35 coming up next month, they'll be adding part 2 of the Gangs edition. Basically, they couldn't fit it all into one alpha. Of course, there's going to also have to be a lot of bug fixing of all the new changes, tweaking, adjusting of the difficulty, whether gangs get tweaked or adjusted because there was just some unforeseen situations that popped up because, of course, they are a new feature. So we are going to use these settings and jump into a medium map. I was considering a large map, but I didn't really want to do an extensive prison for this. I have a few ideas to play around with room sizes and room qualities, and I will see how we go from there. Anyway, let's jump into here. And we're going to pause it. So this is the space we have to work with, and one of the things I'm planning to do is I have a design in mind which I call the Central Corridor Prison. And basically what it is you have a central corridor down the center, and then you have all your stuff that's running off of it. And so I just need to find the center because of OCD. And now if I'm not mistaken, was it 58, I think. 58 from there to there, 58 to there to there. Right about something like right there. Yep. Alright, that's the middle. And I'm going to use a 4 wide corridor right down the center of the map. For this planning episode, I'm not going to use a time lapse. We are going to build this, I wouldn't say organically. That wouldn't be the right term. And so yeah, we'll have I'll have the fence one away. And yeah, I will be making changes and adjustments. But yeah. So that's going to be the boundaries of the prison. Another thing I'm going to want to have is, of course, a 11 gap. That's where the prison itself will begin. I don't necessarily need this as long as prisoners don't get into there. Although I do have some potential ideas about contraband traps. Creating a place, for instance, here where it's shared right next to the road, or maybe at the edge of the map here. And then you have this hallway coming out where you put in metal detector, say metal detector here, and then you have a patrol for a dog. So yeah, they can come in here to grab contraband, but they're going to get caught on the way out. Send them to solitary and get some confidential informants. Or just to punish them. Yes, indeed. So with that said, we have the central corridor, and I'm probably going to want to have... I'm going to have a bunch of smaller cell blocks separated by yards, and this will allow me to have as many cells as possible, being able to utilize windows to maximize, of course, their room quality. But I'm going to have... this is going to be basically perimeter wall. This is the only possible entrance into the prison. And I'm going to put an airlock here. And probably another airlock here. So it does not matter who it is. All people, all prisoners come in here. All guests, all staff, all deliveries, everything. And what I'm probably going to do is we are going to have a... Yeah, I'm probably going to utilize this as the... Oh, right there. This is going to be the reception room. And what does the reception room require? It is indoors, office desk, table, and chairs. It is basically an office with no minimum size. Alright. And so office... Yeah, it's minimum 4x4, so... Office desk, table, and chairs. Okay, it's not quite like an office. It has a table rather than filing cabinets, but that's no problem. So I'm going to have that there. I'm probably... You know what? I might just go for land expansion, although I really don't have a lot of money to play around with. So I'd like to throw, say, death row over here. Possibly protective custody over here, just so they're out of the way and they're not going to be a problem. And I'm going to have these cell block pods here and here. We're going to have all of our prisoner services, so chapel, chapel, classrooms, parole rooms. So we won't have any issues with visitors roaming through the prison, since they'll have to come through here and they'll have to leave through here. They won't be able to go anywhere else, so that problem will be taken care of. So what I'm going to do, yeah, this is going to be a parole room, and I'm going to put, let's say, 2 tables, say like this, and I'll make the reception room here. I'll have, say, desk and chair. What else does require? Reception. Indoors, office desk, table, chairs. That's fine. So we are going to go to planning. And, yeah, something like that. That will go to a hallway, which, depending on where I want to put it. So it might be something like this. Alright, so what else are we going to need? We have the reception done. Prisoners will either come in through here or get escorted through here, if, of course, they are... Or do I want to do that? Do I want to do that reception room? Or do I just want to bring all prisoners in here to be searched and then out this way? You know what? That is probably what I'm going to do. Just going to have all prisoners being funneled in through here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Yep, so reception is there. What else do we need? We are going to want offices. We are also going to want to have an area for deliveries, which is going to be right here. Let's change deliveries. I really wish they would sort and organize this list. And I'm going to make it an 8x5. We are going to move garbage. And yeah, there's going to be objects. Yeah, something like that. Actually, I'm going to... Do I want to? Yeah, let's, I'm gonna put a double deliveries. 16x5. We are going to then put... You know what? I'm going to put garbage over here. Yeah, for now. Garbage should be fine over here. Deliveries over there. So that when a truck is stopped, stuff will get unloaded and garbage will get loaded. And hopefully that'll be a little bit more efficient, just so that, for instance, they don't have to unload everything and then drive the truck down, stop it, load up with some garbage bags. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for that. And actually, I'm going to... yeah, I'm going to change this. Solitary, no. Deliveries. We're going to bring it over here. And is that an 8x5? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to have walls like this. So stuff will get brought in to deliveries. Prisoners will get brought in here. And yeah, we're going to want to close that off. And then everything will get funneled in through here. Next up, actually, you know what? I'm going to objects. I'm going to put in a door, maybe not there, right there. Because what we are going to do is, do I have room for offices? 2, 3, 4. Yep. However many offices. This is a little bit of a different design than I have done in the past. We'll do yeah, something like this. And it's all going to be open. Pathway along here. It's all going to be an open concept with just a gap in the middle for reasons. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 should be good. I'll have my psychologist and workmen or foremen elsewhere. That's the thing. Do I want to put in a workshop? Ooh. Because with this is all going to be a staff-only area. So if I'm going to have a workshop, I'm going to have, for instance, low and medium security prisoners over here, high security prisoners over here, and I may have to restrict the workshop to one or the other. Of course, in the previous prison, I did have low security and medium security. I think being able to work in the workshop and maximum security weren't allowed out, so that really doesn't matter. I can pretty much just do that. But so yeah, I'll have the offices there, I'll have reception there, deliveries there, garbage is over here, and I might as well go through this list just to make sure I have everything. I'm gonna want to have holding cells, and I'll most likely do the exact same thing as I did in my last prison, where I'll have a bunch of different holding cells with specific designation. I'll have extra beds in there, toilets, just so that if there is an overflow for whatever reason, I can bring in extra prisoners. I won't have to worry about it. That'll allow me to bring in a bit more money, and of course replace those prisoners that I lose. Anyway, so we are going to want to have canteen, kitchen, but that will come over here. Not sure how much space I'm going to want to have over here, so I'm going to leave this as for that right now. Shower and yard, that's going to be taken care of with a design I cobbled together prior to recording this. Storage, I am going to want to have storage somewhere. I'm going to want to put a storage room probably near the kitchen. Make it a little bit more convenient. Deliveries, I got that. Garbage, I got that. Workshop, I'll have to take care of that later. Security office. And what I might do, I'm not going to put a security office over here just because of reasons. Although I could put an armory. Yeah, I could put an armory in this area. That's what I'm going to do. Armory will be next. And so I'm going to have, I could even put a kennel in. What is this? Yeah, let's just remove that. But we are going to put in 3 space in there. That's fine. And so, armory. Do I want to put it over here or over here? If I have the low and medium security prisoners up here, I may want to have, and maximum security here, I may want to have the armory here. Make it a little bit more convenient, although with that said, having the armory close to the prisoners might not be such a good idea. Having it over here, they can get to it, break through it. Although I might put an armory in the center, just so that the armed guards don't have as far to go. That might come later. I'm going to reserve that till later. Right now, we're just going to do a rough design to get things started for the next episode. This episode will be purely planning in nature, just laying out the basics. And so far, I got offices, deliveries, garbage, reception, which is pretty good for now. But yeah, we will need infirmary and morgue, and I'll probably have that somewhere in here. I may have 2 infirmaries, just so, yeah. I'll probably have a morgue, probably over, yeah, probably over here. So something like, if I do morgue slabs, door, do something like that, just so that any dead bodies get brought in, dropped here, and then they can get conveniently shipped out. Rooms. So yeah, I'm gonna have medical probably over in this area, deep in the prison, so that they can access. So it's convenient for all areas of the prison, rather than having, say, medical over here and they have to travel all the way. Because I am considering, and I'm actually thinking, I'm planning to extend this prison going to the left. So having, you know, canteens and infirmary over here, prisoner services over here, it should be good enough. Anyway, yeah, that's probably an ideal spot for a morgue. Although, one thing I could do, I have some space here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. What we are going to do, yeah. Might as well. We'll have the dead bodies brought in through here. And yeah, we can get rid of that. That works for me. That's the morgue. So they get shipped or brought out right to the road, so that they're easy to deal with. Alright, so that leaves that done. Common room obviously will be built when I need it. Laundry, same thing. It can be anywhere pretty much. Same thing with common room. Visitation is something I'm going to want to have here, just so that, yeah, prisoners and guards. Cleaning cupboard, same thing as everything else. Kennel. You know what? I'm going to put a kennel. Actually, I'm probably going to have 2 kennels. I'm going to have one up here, one down here. So that I'll have, you know, easy access. I'll have some guards going around. So that's going to be next. And the kennel requires 5x5 and enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors. So what I'm going to do is, not foundations, walls. This is 5x9. Yeah, that should be good enough. And what I can do, same thing right there. I'll have 2 kennels. We'll go in like that. Of course, I will probably completely change things around once I'm done this episode, or at a later time, so everything is subject to change. And let me know down in the comments what you think. If you have any ideas, suggestions, I may not implement them, but if they sound interesting or a good idea, then I'll quite consider them. Just please no suggestions to put every door as a remote door with door controls, because I did the math and it didn't make any sense. To be quite honest, it's I'm not sure what would be fun about it when you have to wait for every freaking door to be open for people to get from point A to point B. So, yeah, about that. And remote doors are also very expensive. They're what, yeah, if we go to the math, remote doors cost $500. You're going to need a door control, which is not in there. A door control is $1,000. So right there, yeah. Yeah, about that. Alright, so with that said, what do we have up next? Armory, we will get taken care of. Staff room, I'll probably put them in and around. Library, that will be within this area. Forestry, classroom. Classroom is something we'll want to get taken care of. So classroom is in here. Visitation is in here. We're going to have some chapels in here. We are going to have... Exports can be over there. That's fine. Parole. Parole is going to be in here, this area as well. Reception, mailroom, and shop. So the mailroom can be anywhere over here. It doesn't really matter. The shop is rather interesting. It's minimum size 4x4, indoors, a table, shop shelf, adjacent to room. Adjacent to room? Really? Anyway. And yeah, for those who don't know what the shop is, it is basically a place where prisoners can use their prison money to buy stuff. And yes, prisoners can accumulate money. You actually have to pay them now for their prison labor. They're no longer slave labor. Which is rather unfortunate. Anyway, so with that said, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to have to... One thing I'm going to have to do is decide, okay, how many prisoners am I going to want to have in this prison? And depending on... I might have to do a little bit of math right now. But, alright, so I'm going to... Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so I figured out I need this much space for prisoner services. And beyond that, this is going to be the area for our cell blocks. So low and medium security up here, maximum security down here. Probably a SuperMax facility. It all depends, but yeah, pretty much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to need to have access from the reception to bring in new prisoners. Do I want to bring them in through here? Through here? Do I want to have some services? You know, I'm just going to, for now... Actually, no, I'm going to look to see where the first cell block will be lined up. And I have it rough... What was it? 5 I wanted. 5 spaces, and then... Yep, that works. Actually, I can do this to find the corner. And that'll be 5 that way, 5 that way. And I'm going to want to have... Yeah, I can do it over here. This is large enough to be a yard, which has to be, was it, yeah, 5 by 5. So, and of course we are going to have our outdoor showers and toilets. It's a plan that still works. It makes sense. And I'm going to have, yeah, that there, that there. Alright, so that is the entrance to the cell block. I'm going to have a door here and here to create an airlock. And then what I want to do is walls. And on this side, I'm probably going to make a... Actually, no, I have to make a 3x3. Yeah. That'll be something like that. Oh, nope. I'm going to need... Oh, I've already made a mistake. Alright, so 5x5. 5x5. I'll just do it from here. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is to the end of the cell block. And we're going to have 8 to about right about here. We're going to have this like that, I think. Oh no, nope. All right. Scrap that. And that is a cell block. So what we're basically going to have here is 6 4x4 cells with windows and all the other stuff that will maximize these cells to be a cell grading of 10. We are going to have 3x3 cells right here, and there's going to be, oh no, there is going to be a single 1x3. Yeah, I messed up. Like that. So we're going to have a 1x3, cramped quarters, 2x2s here, standard 3x2 here, and 7 3x3s, and that is going to be the cell block. This includes, I think, space for 30 prisoners. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 1 is 8 is 30. So what we can basically do at this point is replicate this. Now I'm going to 23, I think. 23 by 31. I'm going to have, yep, 23 like that by 31. (23) by 31. Same thing. 23 by 31. So we can fit 4 cell blocks with 30 prisoners each. That's 120 prisoners. And of course, this design can be extended infinitely in that direction. Of course, the amount of time it would take prisoners and guards to get from one end of the prison to the other. Yeah, about that. So yeah, this is going to be a yard. So what I can do is I probably want to close it off. And for now, I haven't thought about or considered extending it to the north or south. I may do that, add extra space for cell blocks, and do something similar to this, but add a second segment here. But that may come at a later time. And these sections in here are going to be classified as yard. And it is, of course, the minimum size for the yard, which, yeah. Anyway, we are going to put in, actually, wall. We want to have something like that. Yep. So they will be able to come up to here. They won't be able to get any further. And I might as well right to here. So if I were to, can't build on that square. If I go 11 by 11, yep, that's perfect. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we can do the exact same thing over here. But I won't do that on camera because yeah, I'm already well into what I consider to be overtime. I'll be cutting pieces out of this episode, but that's just to be expected. So 4 cell blocks up here, 4 cell blocks down here to start off with. And was it you get what, 50% of this tacked on, or is it something? I'll have to check. Anyway, yeah, we'll have a wall come along here. For now, yeah, just like that. And 11. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want any prisoners coming to here. Yeah, this piece can be part of the yard. Or not. Yeah, about that. 11 by 11, yeah. Alright. And yeah, what I might just do is that. Anyway. So that is a possible plan for the cell blocks. And I'm going to have to 10. Is it 10 from here? Yes, it is. Right there to here. I'm going to do 10 from this side. That, and 10 from this side. And I had to play around with spacing, and I didn't like my initial ideas, and then I decided with a 2 hallway approach, this will give lots of cells. Will be able to have the windows on the outside, so it'll boost up their cell quality. This one won't get a window because that would just be silly. It'll have a bed and a toilet, and that is about it. There'll be absolutely no more space for anything else. But yeah, that is so far the plan. Well, partial plan. At least I know how many prisoners I can have up here, which is 120, which will allow me to have a better idea of numbers. So what I can do is I can build a canteen, yeah, right in here, since I have my spacing. And so for 120 prisoners, that is 8 per table, which is math I can't do at the moment. Well, 10 tables has 80 prisoners, so half of that is 40, therefore 15 tables. And yeah, so I can probably do, if I'm not mistaken, yep, 8 by 3. So I'll need 7 of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right there. 6, 7. Plus I'll need 1 more. Like that. That will handle these cell blocks. Of course, if I wanted to, I can make 2 of these low security, 2 of these medium security, then I can have separate regime times, which I can cut down this by half. That's an option. That's quite an option. Because I could get rid of 3 of these and that. So I can go down to, yeah, 4 to 8 tables if I want to. So that is a rough plan for the prison for that section. And what I may want to do, 3 serving tables, something like that. Then we'll have some phones and other stuff around the outside. Door there, maybe a door here in the center. I can adjust things as necessary. And yeah, I'm going to have my hallway right here where prisoners come in and then they get distributed out to the cell blocks, and basically the same thing will, no bother, same thing will happen here. This is all going to be staff only. It doesn't really matter how far the prisoners get to, or the not the prisoners, the guests. So the next thing we would of course need is the absolutely essential things that I'll want to have in here is chapel, classroom, parole, and visitation. Those are the 4 items in this corridor that have to be going in here. Mailroom can be elsewhere. Reception, exports, shop. Yep. Alright, so we are going to build probably parole rooms first. Question is, they have to be 5 by 5. How many can I fit in something like that? And 5. Nope. Alright, so that's not going to be a parole room. I will put, let's say, 6 parole rooms up here, I think. Of course, I can adjust this as necessary. And I'm probably going to go with a open concept parole room. Something like this. Or I'll do it over here. Because I know this is staying here. Whereas I may adjust the canteen, which means everything else changes. So that will be like that. We'll have the second set of parole rooms here. And the same thing will, of course, apply to here. And what I'll probably do off screen is just replicate this over on this side. But at this point, I may end the episode here, although I'll probably... Yeah, we'll just do a little bit more. How many of these can I fit? What if I put them like this? What looks better? It's all the same. What I can do is we can have door in here, door here. Something like this. That's visitation. We can have classrooms here. And yeah, there is very little security, so put that there. We are going to want to have probably a door here. Not walls, objects. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 by 5 is 40, which is 20 desks. Yep, that'll work. Rooms, classroom. 5 by 5, indoor school desk, office desk. That works for me. So, that'll be the classroom. That's the visitation room. This is the parole room. And the same thing will happen down here. The only other room we have to have connected to this corridor would be, I believe, the chapel. If I'm not mistaken. Yep. Alright, so chapel. I'm going to have 120 prisoners. So I may want to have, I don't know, a decent quantity of pews. What do I have here to work with? 12. What I'm going to do, I'll put 3 by 2, that's the altar. I'm going to put 8 by 4, 8 by 4, that is what, 32, 64. 64 for 120 prisoners. That's... yeah, that can work. I don't believe every prisoner goes to church. So... that will be the chapel. We'll have... do I want to have a... I'm going to put in... my OCD says there should be a space here. And then I can have like, say 2 sets of doors here. And then we can have a door here. And so that will actually 2856. What I might do is, yeah, I'll leave it like that. That should be fine. That should be fine. We'll have the same thing here. Next thing I'll want, of course, is the canteen. And really, I don't want the kitchen too far away. Do I want to have multiple kitchens or just the 2 kitchens? I'll assume for the moment I'm going to have 120 up here, 120 down here. That's 240, which is a decent amount. That is the number of cells I did have for my second prison, although I was at 235 cell capacity. But, yeah, something like that. So, with that said, of course, SuperMax, I don't really think it works with this layout and design. I may have something else. I'm going to have to think about it. But that is probably going to be the design. I'm going to play around with a kitchen layout in this area. Right here. I'm going to have probably shift this down a bit. What I might do is put storage here. Oh, that's an idea. That is an idea. Storage goes right here. Or in here. Have storage here. Kitchen here. So any food comes in, gets put in storage, then gets shipped over here. That is entirely a good possibility. Also storage for easy access for the rest of the prison. We have the canteen here. We have another canteen here. It's all good. Yep. I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it here just so that, yeah. I will fill in the details. Let me know down in the comments. I have plenty of open space for other things, so feel free to make some suggestions. I may implement them, I might not. It all depends on how they fit within the whole. And if 10 different people give me 10 different ideas that conflict in some way, obviously one would have to win over the other. So I will try to take feedback into consideration, but at the end of the day, I'll implement that which makes the most sense. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Prison Architect, Gang War Edition, although we'll see how that actually plays out. My name is Scott for SP Gaming, and as always, have a good day.